Hello, hello, hello. Colleen here with Couture. I'm going to do a quick project this morning. Actually, it's not that quick. It's going to take a little bit of time, but it's well worth it. This is a lantern that I got for a birthday gift, and I have been using this lantern repeatedly. I keep changing out the transfer for whatever season. So I had actually done a St. Patty's project on the lantern, and this morning I'm going to come in and change it to Easter and my favorite, bunnies. So I am actually using two transfers, the Build a Bunny transfer and also Spring Words, which are both available on my online store. I have already gone on and designed how I want it to lay out the transfers onto the lantern, and I have all my chalk paste ready to go along the side of me here, and just gonna pull those a little closer. So I'm going to be using mocha, white, purple, bubblegum, coastal, and lemon. So I have all of those chalk paste available right next to me, ready to go, so that I can just do this super quick, fun Easter project on a lantern, and then I can decorate the inside with maybe some Easter eggs. We'll see how that goes. Let's get this on. I'm just going over here making sure I'm not feeling any bubbles on my transfer. Just want to make sure that that's completely clear of bubbles, because what will happen is when you put the chalk paste on, if there's a bubble there, it will kind of mess up the image at the end. So just making sure that I'm not feeling any bubbles. So I think for the front I'm going to do purple for Here Comes Peter Cottontail, which is so cute. And then I'm going to do my bun in white. I feel like I'm feeling a little bubble there, but hopefully we're good. Okay, I think we're okay. I feel something right there. You know what? I am just going to pick it up and just pull it across again, just because I'd rather be safe than sorry, and I feel like I'm feeling a little bubble. Okay. Yep, that's perfect. Now I'm not feeling it at all, so I'm glad I did that. So let's go ahead. We have our beautiful purple 3-ounce jar, and our chalk paste goes on wet and dries hard in about 3 to 5 minutes. You can speed up that process though with a hair dryer. So all that I'm doing is taking a little bit of chalk paste and putting it across the silk screen areas. And you can use our chalk paste and transfers on most mediums: glass, wood, chalkboards, paper, mirrors. I'm trying to think if I left anything out. Pretty much anything you can really use chalk paste on. So I'm just going over it with one final step, adding a little pressure to my squeegee, getting off all that extra chalk paste, because I'm going to put that right back into my jar. I'm going to keep this off to the side in case I decide that I want to use more purple later on. And then we just take our transfer off. Now on glass it will stick a little bit more onto glass, so you just have to be careful when you're pulling your transfer off that you're not stretching it. So I try to put even weight across on the edge like this and just pull slowly right across. And look how cute that is. And then what I do is I have a nice big pan of water off to the side that I am just putting my transfer in with the chalk paste side down into the water, and that will actually do a lot of the cleaning for me, believe it or not, just leaving it in the water for a few minutes. And then the final step would be just taking it out of the water, cleaning it off. I usually clean off with a paper towel just to get all the excess water off. And then my final step is using a Clorox wipe just to make sure that all the chalk paste is out of my silkscreen area. So I'm going to do this little bunny in white. And then I actually have mocha because I'll do a couple bunnies in brown. So we have some brown bunnies and some white bunnies. He just looks, I love this one. He just looks so cute. He's looking up at Here Comes Peter Cottontail. And just, again, getting all that extra chalk paste off. Hello, Heidi. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining. So again, we're just making sure, because the transfers on glass do, as I said, stick a little bit more. So I'm just carefully grabbing up each side. I don't want to pull across because we don't want to stretch out that transfer. So I'm just getting enough so that I can get my fingers in here and pull it off without stretching it. Look how adorable that bunny is. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a hair dryer to this just because I have to go to all sides. Hello, Debbie. Good morning. So I'm gonna take a hair dryer to this very, very quickly. And because it is glass, I want to be really, really careful that I'm not heating it too much. I don't want my glass to break. So I'm just going to put it on a low setting. It should be okay to turn because I do have this little bit of buffer with the edge when I flip it. So it shouldn't, but I don't want to take that chance of messing this up. So just apply a little bit of heat. It's on a low setting so that I'm not concerned about my glass getting too hot. And it does not take long at all, just a few seconds. And actually, my bunny is already dry that quick. So now I'm putting my fingers on him. He is good. That's not coming off. So I'm going to flip it to the side and then go to the next side. So this guy's my second favorite bunny. I just like how he's like kind of peering to see, hey, what's going on the other side over there. So, and I just used Happy Easter from Spring Words. I'm just lifting this up because I don't know if I just want to make sure I'm getting this in the crease here so that I don't have any bubbles. And I feel a bubble, so I'm going to just pull that back again, lay it back down again. Okay, no bubbles, perfect. So I think I'll do this cute little guy in our mocha. So I have my little sticks. I'm just giving it a little stir just to make sure that we've got that consistency of yogurt that we're looking for. And grabbing a squeegee. It's nice to have a whole bunch of squeegees available, especially for using this many different colors. I just cut my squeegees into pieces so that so I have plenty of them to use, especially for a project like this, like I said, with using a bunch of colors. Now, here, see where, right here, I missed a bubble. So, you see how that just popped up and how it came darker? That is an area that I missed. But we're going to go ahead and just see what happens. And if I need to, I can always erase it with just a paper towel and some water, and then do it again because I missed that bubble. But sometimes you do get lucky, and you can't really see that when you take it off. So we'll see what happens here. Again, just making sure that I'm on glass, just taking my time with the transfer so that I don't stretch it. Oh, I just made a mark on my glass. Just pulling this down. And actually that wasn't too bad, but I do see a line right here where I didn't have my transfer down hard enough. And there was like a little bubble. Can you see that? So there's two options here. So I can either, like I said, take that off with paper towel and water and just erase him, or I can clean my transfer off and match it back up, laying it back down again and just fixing those little pieces. I'm going to leave it for now and we're just going to move on. So I like brown and pink together, so I think I'll do Happy Easter in our bubblegum. Such a pretty color. So again, another squeegee. Just going to get some onto my squeegee and just cover my silkscreen area. This lantern is so cute. This, like I said, was a gift for my birthday, and I have used it for every season so far since I got this lantern back in October. Thanksgiving, Christmas, St. Patty's, Valentine's, and I actually just leave it on my kitchen table. It's my little centerpiece. And it's so great that I can just change it out for every season and have a brand new decoration for each of the seasons. Such a great idea. Perfect. That came out perfect. I love the bubblegum and the mocha together. I think I may come back and add some flowers in here just because of the space I've got over here. But I'm going to think about that for a little bit. And then maybe come back and add something. There's so many different pieces to choose from both of these transfer sets, the Build-A-Bunny and the Spring Words. It's just great. There's so many different things that you can do with this. It has flowers and just amazing, amazing different pieces that you can use. Sorry, my nose is running a little bit. All right, we're gonna go ahead and dry this off. Again, on low setting. And you can actually see how, oh, I have pink bubble gum on me. See how it's lighter here up at the top? That's already starting to dry. And again, you can let that dry on its own, but just for the sake of being live, I want to make sure that I kind of moving kind of quickly and not mess up when I turn to each side. I think I'm going to hold off on this one for just a second because the eggs are going to take me a little bit on that. So let's just go to this bunny. Isn't he so cute? So I think I will do Coastal, and I'll do this bunny in white again. So here's my Coastal, just giving it a stir. Now this is not quite the consistency. It almost looks like icing. So what we can do in this case is we can just spritz a little bit of water in there and give it a good vigorous stir. And you see how quickly that brings that right back to the consistency that we're looking for. You want it to go on kind of smoothly. And if it's a little thick, it might not go on as nicely. So that's a little tip to just add a little bit of water. Now we're getting that consistency that we're looking for. So we'll just cover the silkscreen bunny in Coastal. And you notice I kind of lifted this back because my Y was coming onto the bunny transfer. So I just pulled that back just slightly just so I could get my Y in there without messing up. Again, just going over, look at all that excess. This didn't take a lot at all. So I just want to get all that excess chalk paste off. Now the silkscreen transfers are sticky, so this is kind of sticking to itself, but it's okay. It should be fine to just pull this off without pulling up my bottom bunny here. So I just want to hold that down. Perfect. I'm just going to leave that bent so that it doesn't touch my Y and mess my Y up for now, but look how cute that came out. I love the different fonts that Couture has because my handwriting is horrible and this does the work for you and has such cute little different font styles that you can use. So I already used white before, so I'm just going to use my squeegee again, my same squeegee. I kept it off to the side. I just want to make sure I'm not filling any bubbles in this bunny before I go ahead and put my white chalk paste on. Now this bunny, the bunnies in the Build a Transfer set do have layers to them. So what I would recommend when you're putting your second layer on, just don't put the transfer on top of your bunny because the second layer has the cute little details for his ears and to put little rosy cheeks on him and different things like that. When you are putting your second layer on, don't put it down quite as hard and don't push as hard as I am right now, getting all this excess off. You can be a little bit more generous with your chalk paste, and that way it won't pull up the transfer that's underneath when you're adding those details. So again, oh, might help if my door was closed. There we go. Again, just pulling him nice and slowly so that we're not stretching the transfers. Apologize for all the banging. This lantern is a little loud. Oh, look how cute that bunny is. And what I can even do, which now that I'm looking at this and seeing that Coastal is kind of light, I can clean off bunny, the word bunny, and lay it back down and do it maybe another darker color, and it will leave that Coastal in the background and make it like a 3D effect. So that's something that's kind of cute that we can do with that if we wanted to. Completely your call. It's your design to do however you like. I'm going to just take a little heat to this real quick. So I want to say, I think this was bunny number 3 that I put down. So when I was mentioning to you about the layers. So I love how Couture actually has them labeled in the corner. So Bunny 3, and then this is Bunny 3's matching top layer. So all that you would do is, once this is completely dry, you would just lay this down, and you could do it maybe in like pink or blue, whatever color you want. It doesn't have to be pink, it could be whatever you want it to be. And so when you lay that down, it's going to fill in right here in pink, and it's going to put cute little rosy cheeks on this cute little bunny. So that's what I meant when I was saying about the layering. So I feel like he's pretty dry. Now we're going to go on to our last side. Again, making sure I'm not feeling any bubbles. So what colors haven't we used? Oh, we didn't use lemon yet. Let's use lemon on spring. Lemon, wonder how that would look. Lemon and use purple again. I like that. Let's do that. Now, when I opened my lemon today, I realized, oh my goodness, I did not have my lid on there with a nice tight seal. So my chalk paste, even though I am at the bottom of it, was kind of hard. So all that I did again was add a bunch of water, and I kept vigorously stirring it, and I brought it back to life. So if ever that happens with your chalk paste, don't panic. Just add a little bit of water to it, and then you can get that nice consistency that you're looking for again. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Beth Ann. Okay, so again, same process. It's pretty much always the same process. You're just going to get your chalk paste with your squeegee and put it right across your transfer. Now, I see that there's a pigment coming in this, so I'm just going to scrape that to the side because I guess I didn't stir it quite good enough. So sometimes with your colors you will see the pigment come through. See how you can see it right there? Just make sure you're giving your paste a nice good stir. I probably had this sitting to the side a little too long because I can feel it's a little thicker. I probably could have added just a little bit more water to it, but it's okay. Not a big deal. Just taking that last pass over to get all of that paste off. Normally when I am doing a project like this, I do kind of tend to cover my lids back up again, but for the sake of being live, I didn't want to take the time out to do that. But that came out good. See the little tint there that I had some of the pigment come through. Again, as I'm taking the transfers off, I'm just putting them into a pan of water right alongside of me. So that way I can get all the chalk paste off of my transfer and use it again. I've used this transfer a few times now. Typically you can get between 8 and 10 uses out of each transfer. However, I have definitely had some transfers that I was able to get more uses out of them. I think part of the issue is depending on what medium you're using. So if you're using it on wood, that kind of does get the back of your transfer. You know, some wood pieces on there and things like that depending on the medium that you're using. So if you're just always using glass or chalkboards, I tend to think that you're probably going to get a few more than just the 8 to 10 that we promote. For this, there's a lot of different color eggs in here, and they are very, very tiny little pieces. So what you can do is when you have your squeegees, as I mentioned earlier, I do cut my squeegees. This is a small squeegee that's $4.50 on our store. But you can also take that same small squeegee, and I cut it in 2, but you can also cut it into 3s for these little tiny spaces. And for the sake of being live this morning, I'm really not going to get as detailed as I wanted to, just because I know I don't want to keep you guys too long here. So I think maybe what I will do is, I think I'm just going to use bubblegum and make these guys pink. Just for the sake of being live, just because it would take a little bit more time for me to go ahead and individually color all these in. So I think that the lemon and the purple and the bubblegum color are going to look cute together on this panel of my lantern. So again, just putting that on and taking it off. And again, I can, if I wanted to, clean this transfer off and come back in and lay it back down and add some more detail to it with different colors over top of the pink if I wanted to. There's another technique called marbling where I could put a couple different splotches of color and mix them all together. That's always fun to do. So again, just we're on the home stretch. The last transfer on here. Oh, look how cute the eggs are. I love the detail. Little squigglies and the lines and the polka dots. So we're just going to take the heat to this again real quick, just so that we have it nice and dry. Again, just low setting with our heat. And that's already dry. I can rub my hands all over it. So there we have it. There is our cute little lantern for Easter that I can put as my centerpiece. So I have a cute little light up candle in here that's battery operated. I can place that right inside. I have some cute little eggs that I can put in there just to show you. I'll take this down real quick so I can show you from this angle, so that you're not looking at the top of the lantern. So here we have it. Can you guys see it? Just waiting for my iPad to catch up. So there we have it. There is our cute little lantern that we changed out from St. Patty's Day into Easter. Look how cute he is. And that is it. So cute and fun. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a fantastic Sunday. Take care. Bye.